In the MMCC community, Nerf guns are the most common weapons to be modified for use as Mandalorian ranged weapons. They are also one of the most problematic builds. This video will give you a basic primer on common issues, focusing on Nerf mods, and how to fix the problems that arise with these weapons. Before getting into modification suggestions, one thing to note is that one of the easiest approaches to acquiring a usable ranged weapon is to use one created by LFL. Any official LFL licensed toy gun can be used without significant modification, as long as the screw holes are filled, all warning labels and logos are removed, and it is repainted. Please also remember that all weapons must be disarmed and no longer able to fire. Rather than trying to scratch build a weapon, most people opt to use an existing weapon as a base. If you choose to use a Nerf weapon for this, think of it as just a base to build up an entirely new weapon that fits the Star Wars aesthetic. The first thing to work away from is the signature Nerf silhouette. This is the aspect of the weapon that needs the most work. If you look at a weapon and it still obviously looks like a Nerf gun, then it hasn't been modified enough. When it is finished, it should be difficult to tell that it was once a mass-produced toy. Look for the small triangles, the venting ports, the shape of the weapon grip, and the patterning on the side of the weapon. In a successful mod, all of this will be removed or modified so the weapon is no longer in its off-the-shelf state. The barrel also requires modification. One of the most common ways of changing the shape of the barrel is to replace it with PVC pipe. You can also add epoxy or similar material to mold over the existing shape and substantially alter it. If you try this option, the biggest challenge is to make the epoxy look like metal, smooth and virtually flawless. With any weapon, always check for screw holes. All screw holes must be filled and sanded smooth, due to the fact that they scream toy. However, normal-sized screw heads that are flush with the shell of the weapon are very much so approvable. Hexagonal screws are preferred because they are less recognizable as earth-based. Beyond the screw holes, any warning labels or logos must be removed or covered as well. Another thing that can help change the nerfiness of the weapon is adding additional material to the shell of the weapon to change its shape further, and the use of greaves to push the weapon away from the design of Nerf weapons and further into the realm of Star Wars. Make sure that greaves look as though they have a logical purpose and are not just tacked on. Good luck with your weapon mods!